You may have heard that confidence is the key to getting women to talk to you. While confidence is important, it's not the only thing that matters. Even the shyest men can be very successful with women if they know how to talk to them and what they want. Today we're going to look into 11 powerful ways to talk to the woman of your dreams in an enthralling way. We'll look at these strategies through the profound principles of Stoicism. By the end of this video, you'll know how to have conversations that not only attract women but also keep them interested and wanting more. If you're excited about this topic, please show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with friends who might find it useful. Stay tuned for more transformative content that will help you grow as a person and improve your relationships. First, when you're trying to be silent, don't act too smart. Smart people are highly valued, but it's important to be humble when talking to women about smart things. It's important to find a balance between showing off your intelligence and being humble. For example, if you meet someone new at a social event and want to make a good impression, you might be tempted to share all the interesting facts and insights you've learned over the years. However, remember that no one likes being around someone who is always bragging about how smart they are. It can come off as condescending and annoying. Women like smart men, but they also like men who are humble. Think about it. Would you like talking to someone who is always trying to show how much they know better than you? Probably not. When talking to a woman, it's important to share your thoughts and ideas without making her feel less important. If you're talking about a subject you know a lot about, don't take over the conversation. Instead of saying, "Actually," you could say, "I read something interesting about this recently. What do you think?" This shows that you value her opinion and also encourages her to share her own. Another useful tip is to keep your comments short and to the point. Long explanations can make you seem like you're trying too hard to impress. Instead, aim for short and interesting comments. For example, instead of giving a long lecture on a subject, you could say, "I've been thinking about this idea a lot. What do you think about it?" Adding phrases like, "just a thought," or "what do you think?" at the end of your sentences can also soften the impact of your comments. It shows that you're not imposing your knowledge but rather inviting a conversation. This way, even if you weren't trying to offend, you won't come across as too pushy. Let's use this in real life. If you're talking about a historical event, instead of going into a long monologue about every detail, you could bring up an interesting fact and then ask, "Did you know this?" It's pretty interesting, don't you think? This keeps the conversation light and interesting. Remember, the goal is to show how smart you are without making her feel less smart. To have a respectful and enjoyable talk, be humble, and ask her to share her thoughts. This will lead to a more balanced and appealing interaction. In essence, it's great to know a lot. Stoicism shows us how important it is to be humble and respectful in our interactions with others. When you talk to women, try to be smart and humble at the same time. Share your ideas without making her look less smart, and always ask her to share hers. This balanced approach will not only make your conversations more enjoyable, but it will also show that you follow the Stoic ideals of being wise and humble. Number 2. Pay attention to the little things. One of the most important parts of the Stoic philosophy is being fully present and aware of the world around us. This is called awareness. Keen observation can help you connect with women in a big way. By noticing the little things about her, you not only show that you are fully present in the moment, but also that you value her presence and individuality. Think about meeting someone for the first time. As a Stoic, you try to be fully present and notice the little things about your surroundings and the person you are with. When you notice important things about her, like an accessory she chose or something she is wearing, it gives you, if she's wearing a bracelet or other piece of jewelry that looks like it could be a souvenir from a trip, you could say, "That's a beautiful bracelet. Did you get it from somewhere special?" This could get her talking about her favorite places she's been traveling and the most memorable things that happened there. It shows you care about her and are interested in her personal stories. Women often put a lot of thought into how they look and what they wear. These choices can show what they like, what they're into, and who they are by noticing and speaking on these small things. By recognizing her hard work and showing that you value her as a person, you are making her feel more valued and understood. Also, if you talk to her about something she is passionate about, she is likely to speak with more energy and enthusiasm. This kind of passionate conversation is not only fun, but it also helps you connect with her more deeply because it shows that you aren't just making small talk, but are genuinely interested in what makes her special. By practicing Stoic habits like mindfulness and attentiveness, you can make your conversations much better. When she sees that you are interested in her and paying attention to the little things, she's more likely to feel comfortable and open up to you. This can lead to deeper conversations and maybe even future dates. Always keep in mind that the most important thing is to be honest in your observations and interests. This isn't about using details as a strategy, but about truly embodying the Stoic practice of being present and engaged in the moment. When you do this, you create an atmosphere of respect and genuine curiosity that can be very appealing. So, the next time you talk to a woman, pay attention to and comment on the little things, like her jewelry, the book she's holding, or her unique style. These observations can lead to deep and interesting discussions. This method not only helps forge a bond, but it also fits with the Stoic ideals of being aware and grateful for the present moment. Number 3. Talk about appropriate things. To have meaningful conversations with women, you need to pick the right things to talk about. A concept with deep roots in Stoic thought. Stoics teach us how important it is to understand others and approach situations with empathy and wisdom. When you talk to a woman, the topics you choose can either make a strong connection or make her uninterested, so it's important to know what interests her and be knowledgeable about those topics. Just as Stoics believe in understanding the nature of things and people, it's important to understand a woman's unique interests, hobbies, and preferences. Each woman is different, and what excites one might bore another. Pay close attention to the cues she gives you about her interests. For example, does she light up when you talk about travel literature or current events? You show respect and interest by being able to read her body language and adjust your conversation accordingly. If she seems interested in art, talk about recent exhibitions or famous artists. If you don't know much about art, take the time to learn a few basics. Mentioning a recent trip to an art gallery or a documentary you watched about a famous artist can start a lively conversation. This work fits with the Stoic idea of always learning and changing based on new information in order to have a meaningful conversation. You should also know a lot about the things you talk about. For example, if she likes sports, make sure you know the basics of the sports she likes. Learn about the latest games, players, and big events. This shows that you're interested in more than just respect her feelings enough to learn about them too. Stoicism teaches us to be understanding and flexible. Every conversation is a chance to put these ideas into practice. Listen to what she has to say and be willing to learn from her. Being flexible and willing to talk about things she likes shows emotional intelligence and respect. By matching your conversation topics to her interests, you build a connection that goes beyond simple chatter. This connection is based on mutual respect and understanding the core ideas of Stoic philosophy. For instance, if she likes to read, you could talk about your best books and authors and even suggest some that she might like. This shows that you care about what she thinks and are ready to spend time having deep conversations. When talking to a woman, it's important to choose the right topic to talk about. Knowing what she's interested in and being knowledgeable about it can lead to a stimulating and interesting conversation. By using the Stoic principles of empathy, understanding, and adaptability, you can build deeper connections and more meaningful interactions. This makes the talk more fun for her and shows that you value and respect her as a person. 4. Don't expect too much. One of the worst things you can do is have too high of hopes for someone. Expectations from a woman. Let's look at this from a man's point of view. When we're around women, Stoicism tells us to control our expectations and think about what we can control instead of what we can't. This way of thinking can help us have respectful and understanding conversations and relationships. If you praise a woman, don't think she owes you a date in return. Compliments are a way to show appreciation, not a way to get something in return. If you tell a woman, "You have a beautiful smile," That's a nice and positive comment. But Stoicism tells us not to expect anything in return. The woman doesn't have to respond in a certain way just because you praised her. Think of it this way. When you give a compliment or a gift, do it with the intention of spreading positivity, not with the hidden agenda of getting something in return. If she appreciates it, that's great. But if she doesn't, accept it with grace. This fits with the Stoic idea that you should focus on what you're doing and not worry about what will happen. In the same way that everyone else, women value respect and real care. For example, if you buy her a gift, she might like it, but that doesn't mean she has to ask you to her house or start dating you because of it. Stoicism tells us that genuine kindness doesn't expect anything in return. Your actions should be based on your ideals, not on the need for quick rewards. Keep your cool and respect her if she says no or doesn't reply positively. Walk away with dignity. This shows that you are strong and value her right to be alone. Stoics believe in keeping things equal no matter what, and this is also true in social situations. Also, don't forget to keep things light and natural. If you put too much pressure on the interaction, you might push her away. When you interact with other people, they should enjoy it and not feel obligated or expected to do anything. Also, know that making a real connection takes time. Stoicism stresses the importance of patience and not rushing towards a certain outcome. For example, instead of expecting immediate love or a relationship, enjoy the moments of conversation, shared interests, and mutual respect. This way of doing things helps build a strong foundation for any relationship, whether it's a friendship or something more serious. Stoicism also tells us to think about why we are doing things like giving gifts or praise. Is it to really make someone's day better or to get approval? If we're honest with ourselves about our reasons, we can make sure that our actions are in line with our values, which leads to more authentic and satisfying interactions. Basically, when you treat women with respect and care, you know that they don't owe you anything for your gifts or praise. Your goal shouldn't be to get praise or rewards, but to make real relationships. Remember that patience is key, as the Stoics say, and work on being the best version of yourself. Let go of standards that are too high. This way of doing things not only shows care for the other person, but it also fits with living a good life. In Stoicism, we value strong connections and getting to know people on a deeper level. When talking to women, it's important to show that you're interested in their interests and hobbies, instead of asking directly, "What are your hobbies?" This not only fits with Stoic ideas of empathy and active listening, but it also builds a strong base for a long-lasting relationship. Share something about yourself to ease into the subject. For example, I just started hiking, and it's been a great way to clear my mind. What are some of your favorite things to do? This way of talking makes her feel more comfortable and lets her share her interests without feeling rushed when she starts talking about her hobbies. Pay close attention and ask follow-up questions. If she says she loves painting, you could ask, "That's interesting. What kind of paintings do you like making the most?" You're not just making small talk, this shows that you're interested in her. By talking about her interests and hobbies, you're making a place where she feels safe and appreciated, which is an important part of the Stoic philosophy. If you make her feel more at ease and interested in spending more time with you, she'll probably be more open to going on a date. You'll not make her feel like you're just randomly asking her out. Instead, you'll seem like someone who wants to understand and value her unique interests. Remember that subtlety and real interest are the keys. Socratic mindful communication says to ask about her interests in a way that flows naturally from the conversation. This approach helps build a deeper, more meaningful connection. If you've made it this far and are still with us, please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below or by typing, "I value honest conversation." Your involvement shows that you understand our message. Sixth, let's keep going. Treat her with respect. Respect is an important part of Stoic thought and all relationships, but especially ones with women. Stoicism tells us to respect each person's worth and potential, which is very important when you're trying to connect with a woman. Respect builds trust, understanding, and a positive atmosphere, making it an important part of any healthy relationship. When you talk to a woman, showing respect means recognizing her individual goals and dreams. For example, if she says she wants to be an engineer, it's important to support and encourage her instead of suggesting she open a bakery, which would show a lack of respect for her goals and dreams. In Stoicism, we are taught to treat others with respect, recognizing their unique potential and supporting their journey. Being respectful means more than not calling her names. It also means actively listening to her, valuing her views, and supporting her efforts. If she talks about her ideas, pay close attention and don't cut her off or dismiss them. Show that you are genuinely interested by asking questions and offering help. For example, if she talks about starting her own business, you could say, "That sounds great. What kind of business are you thinking of?" This shows that you respect her and care about her ideas and goals. Respecting her also means recognizing and honoring her limits. If she tells you she doesn't want a relationship, accept it without making her feel bad or putting pressure on her. Respecting other people's choices shows how strong and self-disciplined we are. It shows that we know how important freedom and independence are. Respecting someone also means being careful about how you deal with arguments and mistakes. If she makes a mistake, don't blame or criticize her. Instead, offer support and understanding, and encourage her to learn from it and grow. For example, if she has a setback in her personal or professional life, you could tell her, "Everyone makes mistakes. It's part of the journey. How can I help you move forward?" This kind of support is in line with Stoic ideas and helps make a stronger, more meaningful relationship in real life. Respect can show up in many ways. Making eye contact with her during talks and recognizing her contributions and thanking her for her hard work can be enough. It can also mean speaking up for her when other people treat her badly and making sure she feels safe and important when she's with you. Women look for partners who believe in their potential and respect their uniqueness by living by the Stoic principles of respect and dignity. You create a positive and supportive environment that makes her feel valued and understood. Remember that respect isn't just words. It's also actions that show you truly value her as a person. By acting respectfully, you show her that you appreciate her for who she is, which builds a strong, respectful, and meaningful relationship. Number 6-7. Find when talking to women, finding things you have in common is a great way to connect with them on a deeper level. Sharing common interests and experiences can make her feel more at ease and drawn to you. This is because people naturally move toward people who seem familiar to them. Let's look at an example to show this. Suppose you're at a social event like a party. You see a woman you find interesting and want to start a conversation. Instead of trying to come up with a flashy opening line, you can simply ask, "How do you know the host?" This question establishes that you both have a mutual connection, making her feel more at ease as you continue talking. Look for more commonalities. For instance, she might mention that she loves hiking. You can respond with, "I love hiking too. Have you ever been to the trails near the mountains?" This not only shows that you share an interest, but also invites her to share more about her experiences as she talks about her favorite hiking spots. You can add, "I've been to that trail too. It's one of my favorites because of the stunning views at the top." This approach aligns perfectly with Stoic principles. Instead of focusing on impressing her, you're genuinely interested in understanding and connecting with her. You're present in the moment, listening to her experiences and sharing your own. This creating a link between your lives so she sees you as someone who shares her values and interests. As the talk goes on, pay attention to her body language. If she starts to lean in or step closer, it means she feels a connection. This feeling of familiarity and comfort is what brings people together. It's not about tricks or manipulation. It's about making a real connection based on shared experiences and values. Besides specific interests, you can find common ground in bigger parts of life, like whether you both value personal growth. Bringing up things you both have in common, like reading similar books or wanting to work in the same field, will not only make her feel at ease, but also show that you understand and value her point of view. For example, if she talks about her favorite book, you could say, "That's one of my favorites too." The way the author describes the characters is amazing. Stoic teachings say that finding common ground isn't just a way to get her interested in you. It's about making a real connection. What did you think of the ending? This leads to a deeper chat where you can both talk about your thoughts and feelings about something you both care about. Every interaction is an opportunity to practice empathy, understanding, and presence. By focusing on these principles, you naturally become more attractive because you're seen as someone who truly cares about connecting on a human level. Next time you find yourself in a situation where you want to talk to a woman, remember to look for common ground, whether it's a shared hobby, a mutual friend, or a similar outlook on life. These connections create a strong foundation for meaningful conversations and relationships, and in doing so, you're practicing the Stoic art of understanding and connecting with others, which not only benefits your personal relationships, but also enriches your own life. Number 8, be a better listener. Listening is one of the most important skills that often gets overlooked, especially by guys trying to figure out how to talk to women. Many men ask themselves, how do women want me to talk to them? Despite pondering this question for a long time, they often can't find the answer. They think they need to talk about their passions. They think that showing off their accomplishments will make women like them, so they brag about their money or their degree. From a conservative point of view, this is the wrong way to go about dating and won't get you very far. Listening more and talking less is the best way to connect and understand someone. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to show humility and respect. When you listen carefully, you practice these values. Instead of thinking about yourself and what you can show off, pay attention to the woman you're talking to and make her feel heard and valued. For example, if she's talking about her passions, don't just nod your head and wait for your turn to talk. Interact with her story by asking questions and showing genuine interest. If she tells you she loves painting, don't just say that's cool. Instead, ask her what inspires her, what her favorite painting is, or how she feels when she's making art. This shows that you're interested in her as a person, not just trying to impress her. Listening more doesn't just mean sitting there and not saying anything when she talks about her day, her dreams, or her problems. If she tells you about a problem at work, listen with interest and concern, but don't jump in with solutions right away. Instead, say something like, "That sounds really tough. How are you feeling about it?" This shows that you care about how she feels and what she has been through. Being present is another important part of listening. In today's world, it's easy to get sidetracked by our phones or our own thoughts. But when you're talking to a woman, put your phone down, make eye contact, and pay attention to what she's saying. This shows that you value the conversation and aligns well with what she wants. Following the Stoic philosophy of living in harmony with nature by being present and respectful in your interactions, Stoicism teaches us to be mindful and present in all moments, even during conversations. By truly listening, you're practicing mindfulness, which is an important part of Stoic philosophy. Also, when you listen more, you learn more. Everyone you meet has a unique story and point of view. By listening to women, you not only make them feel valued, but you also gain insights and knowledge that can make your own life better. This idea of constant learning and growth is at the heart of Stoic practice. To have interesting conversations with women, you need to listen more. This means being truly interested and asking good questions. By performing these actions, being present and valuing what she says, you are in line with the Stoic ideas of humility, respect, mindfulness, and constant learning. Don't worry about what you can show off. Focus on the link you're making in the present. When you listen more, you make room for real conversation and stronger relationships, which is much more appealing than any amount of bragging. Number 9. Be genuinely interested in following this principle. I ask more in-depth questions than just "Where do you work?" For example, instead of asking, "What do you like most about your job?" or "What are the biggest challenges you face at work?" These questions get her to talk more about her experiences. Genuine interest in someone doesn't just mean asking questions, It also means actively listening to what she has to say, paying attention to the details, and showing that you're interested. For example, if she talks about a project she's passionate about, you could ask her what inspired her to take on that project or how it has helped you grow as a person. This kind of engagement shows that you care about more than just what she does. You also want to know why she does it and how it makes her feel. Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of understanding and empathy. When you show genuine curiosity, you're practicing these values. Through your actions and questions, you're telling her that your thoughts and feelings matter to you. This can help you connect with her more deeply because she feels heard and valued. Also, being present in the moment is a part of showing genuine curiosity. Put down your phone and give her your full attention. This shows that you respect her and can make your conversations more meaningful. For example, if she says she's been learning a new skill, you could ask her why she started or how the learning process has been for her. These questions not only show that you're interested, but they can also lead to deeper, more interesting conversations. In addition to asking questions, you should also tell them a little about yourself. Sharing your thoughts and experiences can help both of you understand each other better. For example, if she talks about a hobby she loves, you could talk about a hobby you also enjoy or an experience that is similar to hers. This can make your conversation more interesting and relatable. Showing respect for her uniqueness is another part of being genuinely interested. If she talks about something she's proud of, compliment her on it. For example, you could say, "That's impressive. It sounds like you put a lot of work into it," or, "I can see why you're so passionate about that." Acknowledging her accomplishments and interests shows that you value who she is and what she stands for. Remember that genuine curiosity is more than just asking questions. It's about making a space where she feels comfortable sharing her true self. It's about showing that you're interested in her story and valuing the insights she brings to the conversation. By living by these Stoic principles, you can build a connection that is authentic, respectful, and deeply enriching. So the next time you're talking to someone, focus on showing genuine curiosity and ask thoughtful questions. Actively listen to her and value her unique point of view. This will not only make her feel valued, but it will also help you build a better, more meaningful relationship based on mutual respect and understanding. Number 10. Don't be silly. Funny things can help you connect with people, even women, but you need to know how to use them right. As Stoicism teaches us, moderation and wisdom are important. The same goes for our sense of humor. When used wisely, humor can make people feel at ease and help build a deeper connection. However, it's important to avoid jokes that are hurtful, insensitive, or overly sarcastic. These kinds of jokes can quickly turn a good interaction into a bad one, damaging the connection you're trying to build. Instead, aim for lighthearted humor that can make her feel comfortable around you. Think of humor as a way to show your playful side and keep the conversation going. For example, if you notice she's had a long day, you might say something like, "It sounds like you had a long day. Did you get a medal at the end?" This kind of joke recognizes her hard work without making fun of it. Putting a smile on her face in a kind way like that shows that you care about how she feels. Stoicism focuses on being aware and present in the present moment is important when you're talking to a woman. Being present means actively listening and answering with care. If you use humor to add to the conversation instead of taking over, it can work. For example, if you're talking about something important, a well-placed joke can help ease the tension and keep the conversation on track. For example, you could say something like, "I know this is getting heavy, but I promise I won't start charging for therapy." This shows that you can have important conversations and also know when to make people laugh. Also, kind and thoughtful humor fits with Stoic virtues. Having fun shouldn't come at the cost of other people. Instead, your humor should make people feel better and create a good mood. Sharing funny stories from your own life, as long as they're not too self-deprecating, is another great way to connect with others. For example, you could tell a lighthearted story about a time you tried something new and it didn't go as planned. This shows that you're humble and can relate to others. Important parts of Stoic practice. Using fun in the right way can also show confidence. A man who can laugh at himself and the world around him without meanness shows that he is sure of himself. This kind of confidence is attractive and comforting because it tells her that you can handle life's ups and downs with a positive attitude, which is one of the main ideas behind Stoicism. Being careful with your words is an important part of using humor wisely. Staying in the conversation and making sure your jokes are kind and thoughtful will not only make her smile, but it will also show that you can balance seriousness with joy, which will make your interactions more enjoyable and memorable. By applying these Stoic principles to your humor, you can connect with women in a deeper, more genuine way. Pay attention to your body language. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to know ourselves and be in charge of everything, from our words and deeds to our body language when we talk to women. Paying attention to your body language can have a big effect on how people see you and how the talk flows. Keep your eyes on the person. This is one of the most important parts of good conversation. Eye contact shows that you are interested and confident in the conversation. It's more than just looking at someone. It means that you are present and paying attention. For example, if she's telling you a personal story or expressing her thoughts, making steady eye contact can help her feel heard and valued. Think of it as a moment of mutual understanding and respect. Next, use open gestures to show that you are actively listening. For example, leaning in slightly when she speaks shows that you are fully engaged in the conversation. Nodding your head or smiling can also show that you are paying attention and valuing what she has to say. For example, leaning in and nodding while she talks about her day can make her feel like you're interested in her feelings and experiences. On the other hand, don't use negative body language like crossing your arms or looking distracted. These actions can make you seem closed off or uninterested. Imagine being in a conversation with someone who is always looking around or crossing their arms. It doesn't feel welcoming or engaging. Instead, keep your posture open and relaxed. This could mean uncrossing your arms and facing her directly while keeping your hands out in front of you. Mirroring is another part of body language. This means subtly copying the other person's movements and positions. It can help build rapport and a sense of connection. For example, if she leans forward while talking, you might lean forward a little too. This shows that your emotions and bodies are in sync with hers, which can lead to a deeper connection. Also, pay close attention to how your face looks. Being aware that your face can show a lot of different feelings can help you talk to people better. An honest smile, a raised eyebrow, a look of interest, or a thoughtful expression can all make the conversation better. For example, if she tells you a joke or a funny story, a genuine smile or laugh can make her feel like you find her funny. By paying attention to your body language, you are practicing the Stoic principle of being present in the moment. Being aware of and in charge of your body language not only helps you communicate better, but it also helps you make connections that are deeper and more important. Setting up a place where she feels safe and appreciated is important for building a strong connection. When you talk to women, it's not just what you say that matters. It's also how you say it, and the signals you send with your body language. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into the 11 powerful strategies for starting conversations with women. It's not only interesting but also very useful, whether you're new to dating or want to strengthen relationships you already have. Understanding how to communicate clearly can make all the difference. Today, we've combined the timeless wisdom of Stoicism with modern interpersonal dynamics to give you a set of tools that will help you improve your conversational skills in meaningful ways. If you liked the video and thought it was helpful, please consider showing your support by clicking the like button. You can get more transformative material by subscribing to the channel and sharing this video with friends who could also use these tips. Please leave a comment below with your thoughts or any experiences you've had using these techniques. We love hearing from you and learning about your journey of personal growth and relationship building. If you want to learn more about any of the topics we talked about today, check out the recommended videos that are showing up on your screen right now. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.